Beep beep, what is up ninjas? My name is Samworld and today we're going to be looking at the sound of Area 21. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make 808s like they do, very similar. Sounds very similar to theirs, and hopefully this video helps you guys out if you are into that kind of music. Now we do have a pack on sale guys right now for $5 and it's called the Martin Garrix Leads pack. You're going to get 40 Martin Garrix style leads and you can check it out in the description link and in the comment section below. There's a demo for it so you can hear all the sounds, and if you guys like it, make sure to support it. You're supporting the channel. It's not that expensive, it's very cheap, and it has very good value. With that being said guys, let's get started by creating one of the future-based chords that they have in most of their songs. Now in order to create this, there are two ways. One, you can choose to use one oscillator to do this, where you would have two voices or three. Try and keep it low and don't detune very heavily, just a tad bit to get, and then you're going to add a bit of attack to that. Now a cool tip to have too is to add a bit of white noise to that, and at low volumes you don't want to blow your ears out, and that will give it a lot of fullness. It's going to give it that nice crispy vibe, you know. Let's just go with two here, two sauce. Now, if you're going to be playing more than 3 notes for your chords, make sure that you increase the polyphony here as well so that, you know, your notes aren't missing some of them. This will allow you to, like, polyphony of it will allow you to play up to 8 notes before any other note. You're going to have to give one up in order for it to be played, so be careful with that there. And the other way to approach the sound is to have one saw here and one saw here, guys, and then detune the old-fashioned way like we used to do in these analog synthesizers here, and that is going to be to detune using the fine focus knob here. So for instance, and that will give you more of a cool vibe, and then you'll get, and then you can add the white noise on, you know, the second part B oscillator there, low noise, and then you'll get that attack there to give it that fullness. Now from here you can choose to add like a chorus to give it more flavor. You know, by default it sounds pretty good, and also the phaser, if you can use it, lower the LFO rate and gain down high wet on that, and then change the center frequency around to get some very unique vibes, as you guys can see here. Now another advanced tip I'll give you is that you can actually control this guy via the envelope here by adding, you know, over here a phaser frequency, and then you can have it move throughout there as well, for instance, you know. And that's how you're gonna get those nice kind of change in sound. And that's how we're gonna get those guys, but have fun with it. The basic sound itself though is just this. That's the sound they use, and it has a very silent one vibe. So Area 21's chords are actually fairly easy to make. You can also experiment by having squares instead of saws, which won't give you their sound, but it will give you a different kind of vibe out of it. So for instance, we could go with a tri-saw maybe. And you can see it has a very similar vibe to that saw, sound of saw. But you also get the same Area 21 vibe, but now you're using different wavetables than they do. So give those a shot. Don't be afraid to use triangles as well. They sound amazing. Sounds like a flute. But let's keep going here, guys. Now, the next thing I also like about them are their plucks. Their plucks are very easy to make as well. We can use a square, which will be the thing we start with. Use a low pass to cut off, and then we're going to open it up with an envelope here. Envelope 1, lower the sustain, because the pluck doesn't go, it just, that's all. So that's where we have that. And increase the controls how punchy it. Once you have that, the secret to the sound that he has in one of the songs for Area 21 is the pitch modulation, so just a little bit. And that's how we're going to get that sound that you heard in one of their songs. Very simple to make, as you can see, and you can always layer it with a sine wave on top as well. To give it that extra little top note that you heard in it as well, in that layer that he has. Now going on from here, guys, if you want to make kind of flutish sounds, I don't know if they use like a legit flute, but you can make those by using sine waves with 8 voices and detuning. Bit of attack and release to kind of mimic. Triangles will also have a very similar effect. Low pass. And then reverb really does give it that. final touch to it. Very, very simple to make. Again, very fun sound design. It's just basic, but fun enough, you know, to have a tasteful song revolved around it. Now from here, guys, I'll give you guys a couple of tips so that you guys can make your own sound, so you don't have to copy their style. I mean, you know, get influenced by it, but don't copy it to the T. You know, try and keep it very simple. For instance, I could have a triangle, and I could maybe make a pluck with a lot of release on it to get kind of like a music box effect, and then you layer with another sound like a saw, and you get very cartoony vibes as well out of that. You can use a filter now to kind of shape that even more if you want. You know, let's put a bit more decay to it there, and then you can get that. Now, one other tip I'll give you is with the mono legato at the bottom right. When you put it in S mode, you can actually play notes without gliding, and that will give you one of the sounds that they have in their song as well. You don't have to slide your notes to get that legato effect. Just don't overdo it, obviously, and you know, be tasteful with it. But those are going to be some of the sounds I wanted to show you guys. And the last thing is going to be the 808, which they could have made in silent. I mean, they're making most of their sounds in silent, so it could be that. And I'm assuming because it has that silent 1 vibe, guys, when you hear this music. So in order to make an 808, you can have one sine wave here. Now lower the sustain, decay, and high relief. Play low. Now the key here is going to be to add a pitch A and B modulation, and then control that. A bit of distortion to add saturation. Mono legato if you want to have a glide. And this is where you're going to get that vibe. You can mess around with the different distortion. And then if you want more punch, obviously give it more pitch. And then with decay, you control the click, click. And then with this, you control how far it's going to. With release, you control how long it sticks around. And that's how you make some of the sounds from Area 21, guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, hit like. Leave suggestions down below on other videos you would like to see, like the sounds of. And I'll try and make them for you guys. But as always, guys, support the channel. Check out the Martin Garrix leads for Serum if you are in the market for those. And I'll see you guys next time, ninjas. You guys take care, and you guys have an amazing day.